to the O Show, the special X Factor edition. Today we're discussing the controversial topic of bioengineering and seeing how it can affect a person's daily life. I have here with me a panel of inspirational authors and philosophers to discuss this very sensitive topic on genetic engineering and modification. Before we go over to see our panel, let's see a glimpse into the life of the first human being to take part in the genetic engineering process.
The life of a college student is no piece of cake, much less being genetically modified. Today, we will go and interview Bruce Winstein, the first genetically modified human and college student in today's society.
The life of a genetically modified human in today's age. Bruce, tell me a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your history.
Well, I was supposed to be a girl, clearly. I'm not that masculine looking, but my father, about like 5 months, 6 months into the pregnancy, he saw the new Hulk, decided he wanted a boy. My mom was completely against it. I was supposed to be named Brianna. Now I'm Bruce. I don't even know what's going on. It's just so difficult. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard blending in, I walk around. I can tell the people look at me different.
I'm buying a full Pokemon card. I used to collect them as well. I still have all my Yu-Gi-Oh! And my Pokemon cards.
What's up, bro? And I don't see any difference in it.
Yeah.
Nobody actually talked though. I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Pokemon. Yeah. I don't know, you can.
Every time.
I mean, it doesn't really mess with my game. I get girls pretty well.
Don't get paid for crying.
What's up, babe? You wanna alright, call me? But it definitely messes with my self-esteem sometimes, but I just gotta look in the mirror and remember, who I am. I read all those, self-help books. I take a lot of tips. I have a therapist. I go to the gym. I work out. I'm just like any other guy.
And now, a word from our sponsor. And this is our lovely panel of inspirational authors and philosophers. Here's Francis Fukuyama. Here's the Dalai Lama. And Brian Christian. Now that we've seen firsthand the results of genetic engineering, let's go to our panel and see what they have to say about this controversial topic. Here we have Brian Christian and his chatbot program that he's created himself. We're going to ask Brian Christian and his chatbot program some of the core questions of the genetic modification problem. What are your views on bioengineering and genetic modification?
I like playing bass guitar and listening to music.
Wow. Next question. What would you describe to be the factor X, or what it means to be human?
Cold and cloudy.
Amazing. What are your thoughts on the moral and ethical issues that surround biogenetic engineering?
I have never seen it. I have only heard about it.
Wow. Amazing. What are your views on bioengineering and genetic modification?
As human, we cannot be sure of long-term effect of speed up evolution. Now, we should not turn back to science. For however, we do need be aware of how we change worlds. I had no objection to the science of the resistance for medical help but as wrong as it done out of compassion and love for people, to create fake, to create semi-human, human is how you say revoke. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. What would you describe to be the factor X, or what it means to be human?
Yes. To be human is to own human conscious. Men may use engineer to clone himself with belief of living eternally through the clone. Yes. But as Buddhist, I can tell you that the conscious of the clone will be different from that of the original man. They will both die and be separate. The man will not be able to live forever, arrive in the different body, but the man body will be forever arrive with different mind, different conscious.
Amazing. What are your thoughts on the moral and ethical issues that surround biogenetic engineering?
The ethics behind this manipulation is how to say. We must we must be open to change, but not must throw away humanity as well. As technology proceed, we must also be we must also proceed to pay attention to moral. We may we not over we know we cannot overstep humanity for science, for sake of science.
Wow. Francis Fukuyama, what are your views on bioengineering and genetic modification?
I believe that biotechnology and genetic modification have the potential to be the biggest breakthrough in our scientific history. Although the breakthroughs have tremendous effects on diseases like cancer or Down syndrome, I think that the social hierarchy that's already in place would be effective, and it would be disruptive. And the social elites in our society would attempt to give their children the genes that cause them to be successful, such as intelligence or good looks. And I think this would be a problem because it would cause the social hierarchy to just be, it'd become one, like one middle class. And I think that would be terrible for our society.
Amazing. Now for the next question. What would you describe to be the factor X, or what it means to be human?
I believe that factor X is the essence of all human beings. When you strip down everything else that makes up a human, like their body shape, their intelligence, I believe that the essence that is left, that's factor X. And factor X is composed of three components, and they are human reasoning, moral choice, and emotional gamut. I believe that without all three of these qualities, the subject is not considered human.
Amazing. What are your thoughts on the moral and ethical issues that surround biogenetic engineering?
I believe that there are many immoral and unethical outcomes that could lead to, as I said earlier, a disruption in our social hierarchy. The social elite, I believe that it would cause so much competition among the population that it would lead to so much strife, and there would be no distinction between the upper class and the lower class, because they would all be successful. They would all have these traits, and I believe that with less distinction comes more competition, and it's just completely unfair to those who would be unable to participate.
And you can read more Brian Christian's amazing piece authenticating in the book Emerging by Barclay Berrios.
I really appreciate you all sharing your perspectives with us on the O Show today, the X Factor edition.
I said that I'ma ride for my motherfucking nigga. Most likely I'ma die with my finger on the trigger. I've been grinding outside all day with my niggas, and I ain't going in, it's on with my niggas.
What happened, woman? I was like, every time! And I threw it on the ground.
She may contain the urge to run away, but hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blocks. Cetirizine, your fever's with me again. Never kisses, or do you ever send a full stop?
Featured on the O Show's reading book list, Living Well by Montel Williams. Yo, that's my shit!
Muscle to muscle, to toe to toe. The fear has gripped me, but here I go. My heart sings as I compose. Your anger said that my heart is shut. Do you know where the walkings go? They go on undertake your knee. Bring down our sleep, build a breakfast, now let's eat my love, love, love. She bruises calls, she splutters pistol shots. Hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blows. She's morphine.